Hello. It is Wednesday. I thought it was Tuesday, but it's not. Tuesday was yesterday. I wasted the entire day yesterday because I could. So I got home from dropping the kids off. I turned on the TV and all of a sudden it was 2:30 and it was time to go and pick them up. So that was that day gone. And then this morning I got called to work, so I worked for 3 hours. Thankfully I'd already done my shop for Coles pickup, and I work right there, so right near there. So I just picked it up after work and I'll go through what we got and then I will put it all away. So yeah, and then the rest of the day, I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the day today, but it's already 1:15. I need to have lunch and pick up the kids at 3, so probably not a lot else will get done today. Alright, so this is our shop from Coles today. To start off, we've got 2 loaves of regular bread, 12 round rolls, 3 loaves of gluten-free bread. I've got 6 of these chocolate puddings. My son loves these and he has them usually for dessert. Got some frozen chicken tenders, 5 tins of tuna. These are just tuna in spring water. Got crumb schnitzels. These ones are gluten-free, so there's 4 in the pack. 2 bottles of cordial. I've got 2 packets of French fries, 12 I think yogurts, 2 packets of CCs, 2 packets of Nice biscuits, half a cauliflower, that's the fresh vegetables for the week, so tzatziki, we're going to have lamb wraps with tzatziki, 2 lots of the gluten-free cookies and cream cookies, a tin of coconut cream. I'm going to make one of the mingle recipe bases. It's a Sri Lankan curry, so I'll use the cauliflower in that with coconut cream. I've got 3 of the sandwich slices, 2 popcorn kernels, 1 chicken stock, that's also for the curry, some grated parmesan, a cooking cream, raspberries, 2 lots of strawberries. I've got some containers for the curries, and also I bought a massive lasagna from Costco, so I need to cut that up and put that in the freezer. I've got 2 packets of Savoys, iceberg lettuce for the wraps, some milk. I've got chicken thighs. I need these for the recipe and I didn't want to defrost any, so I'll put the rest in the freezer. We've got some lamb butterflied for the wraps, and then I got 2 of the 30 packs of Coke because they were on sale for $29. It's very rare to get cans under $1 a can now, so I got 2. And then 6 boxes of V. And then this is Easter for our family. It's not going to be a big one this year. Chocolate is ridiculously expensive. So we have a bunny each, one for mum and dad and one for each of the kids. And then 15 of these hollow eggs and then a bag of solid eggs. Yeah, they'll get some other stuff for Easter as well, but that's all the chocolate we're getting. I'll talk about that a bit later. Anyway, that was our shop. It was just under $400, I think, 380 something, which is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, food costs what it costs and we have to eat. So here I am just making the curry that I'm making, doing the rice and stuff. And I just thought I'd talk over the audio or the video. Sorry, I'm all flustered. My kids are home and I'm trying to get them to stay quiet while I'm doing this. But when this was recorded, it was like 2 weeks ago now, it was Down Syndrome Awareness Week and Coeliac Awareness Week. So Down Syndrome Awareness Day is on the 21st of March because March is the 3rd month of the year, and Down syndrome, or trisomy 21, is 3 copies of the 21st chromosome. So 21, 3, March 21st is Down Syndrome Awareness Day. And then in that very same week, I think it's like the 20-something to the 25th, whatever, is also Coeliac Awareness Week. So our daughter who has Down syndrome also has celiac disease. So it's a big week in our family. And I just thought I'd bring it to your attention because you never know what you never know. So I'm inviting you now in the comments to ask any questions that you have about Down syndrome or celiac disease. I don't profess to be an expert on either, but I have lived the Down syndrome parent life for the last 10 years, and she's been diagnosed celiac now for 4 years. So we have a little bit of awareness on both as to how it pertains to our family. But I'm sure that you all know by now that, like, when you know someone with Down syndrome, you know that one person. They're not all the same. My daughter doesn't have any of the medical conditions that are generally associated with people with Down syndrome. She doesn't have any health issues at the moment pertaining to her heart or anything like that. She goes to a mainstream school. She is reading and writing and learning her maths, and overall has completely surpassed what the doctors told me her life expectancy would be, or her outlook, or our outlook on how she would grow up when she was first diagnosed. So she was diagnosed when she was a couple of days old. We didn't know before she was born that she had Down syndrome. But yeah, we were painted a pretty bleak picture of Down syndrome, and that's why I like to bring awareness to it in the couple of times a year that I do. So October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and then March the 21st is Down Syndrome Awareness Day. So I just like to highlight the fact that she is not doom and gloom. She is a human being with a personality and dreams, and if you dare stop her from doing something she wants to do, good luck to you. That's all I've got to say about her. She's wonderful. And then the celiac is just something fun thrown on top. So she cannot eat gluten. People with celiac disease cannot eat gluten. Gluten is mainly found, or is found, in barley, rye, oats, and wheat. Worldwide, oats are not they're not universally accepted. There is a protein in oats that is similar to the protein in gluten, and so about 15% of the population with celiac disease reacts the same way to oats as they do to gluten. So in Australia, the advice is don't eat them. Recently, that's been updated to do a challenge, so you have to have a gastroscope, see how your intestines look, then eat oats for 6 weeks, and then go back for another gastroscope and see how your intestines have changed. And that means that you can or can't eat oats. So I'm not putting my daughter through that. She's only 10, and we're not doing that. So we don't currently eat, she doesn't eat oats. And in the general household, the advice from doctors has been to not have the whole family go gluten-free, just make sure that her stuff is gluten-free. So you'll notice we've got the 2 different coloured cutting boards, and we wash everything that's touched gluten, essentially. For dinners, we try to make them gluten-free. It's just a lot easier cooking-wise, rather than cooking 2 separate complete meals. But if we're having pasta, for instance, we just cook 2 separate pots of pasta. So she will have pasta with whatever gluten-free sauce we've made. Her pasta is gluten-free and our pasta is not, but the sauce is gluten-free. When it comes to things like, we don't use the school canteen. It's just run by a little company, and I can't trust their level of cross-contamination, so we just don't use the school canteen. She just takes packed lunch every day, which isn't unusual here in Australia. I know in other countries it is unusual to pack your lunch every day, but we do it generally here. She just doesn't use the canteen at school. And when we go out to restaurants, we have to really research what the kitchens are like. Often phone calls are involved to call and speak to the chef and just see what options there are for her or what accommodations can be made. But we just honestly can't afford it to eat out anyway. The fast food, there's not a lot of options for her either. Here in Australia, the McDonald's fries are gluten-free. Their ice cream is gluten-free, and you can order a burger without a bun. So we just take a bun with us, order a cheeseburger with basically just the piece of meat and the piece of cheese, and put it inside a bun. She has fries and she has a drink. So it's not really a great fast food option. It takes a lot of involved planning, and we don't eat out a lot. We usually just eat from home, which turns out to be a lot cheaper anyway, but it's annoying because you can't just pick up a roast chook and some rolls for dinner when you are lazy, because the chickens are seasoned with gluten and anything that's in that chicken oven is contaminated with gluten, so I can't just pick up a roast chook. And a roll has gluten in it usually. So yeah, just those quick go-to meals are really tricky. I've just got to always be prepared. That's why I like to prepare some meals in advance and know what we're eating basically on a weekly basis, because there is no quick solution. We do have one fish and chip shop close by. When I say close, it's a 15-minute drive that does gluten-free fish and chips. They've got a separate fryer. The gentleman that owns that fish and chip shop, his daughter is the same age as our daughter. She also has Down syndrome and celiac disease. So he started this, he's a chef. He started this shop. He also makes a point of employing people with disabilities of all kinds. And we choose to support him. So we go there probably twice a month, maybe 3 times if I'm really feeling lazy. But in general, we don't really eat out a lot. We make all our stuff from home. Anyway, that's the two topics I wanted to highlight today. This little cooking session, I made that the Sri Lankan curry, and then I made a chili con carne. These are meals for myself to have for lunchtimes or dinner when I get home late from work. And then just at the end there, I had some mince left over, so I made wraps for myself. We got a Coeliac box and ended up not eating it before the meat spoiled, and so we had some ingredients left over. So these little taco tortillas or whatever they are. It's a Vegemite on my lid. I do clean it. Yeah, so I had tacos for lunch on this day. And then, so this was about 2 weeks ago that I took this video, and then the video that's coming up, which is the next grocery haul, was another week later. The time is just getting away from me, especially these last couple of weeks of school. We're on holidays now, it's Easter weekend, as I'm recording this voiceover, but the time just is flying by, and I didn't record at all for a couple of days, and then I was just editing this video and trying to put it all together to put out to you, and realised it's been a while since I put out a video. And I've got basically the next grocery shop coming up is the same as the grocery shop I just did at the start of this video. So, but yeah, I did explain in my garage that it was a little bit more of a top-up shop just because of the way the timing has worked this month with the weeks, and I get a special discount at the start of each month from my work. So I try to take advantage of that by bulking up on everything. These are my finished meals. So I got 4 of the curries, 4 chili con carnes, and that's my tomato paste left over from the tin. Happy Wednesday. So it's Wednesday, midday-ish. I worked this morning for a few hours, and then I've just picked up the groceries, so I'll take you through those. Inside though, my robot vacuum is going. So it's quite noisy in there. So I hope that what I record works, but we'll see. I might have to do a voiceover. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, so this week it's because I work for the Coles group. It's 10% off week at Coles. So we get once a month. There's 5 days that we get 10% off. So I have done sort of like a stock up of basics that we usually get, and anything that was on special I just bought lots of. So you'll see that we have nothing to actually make meals with, but just like pantry staples and stuff. So my logic on these weeks is that I'm going to buy stuff and get the 10% off because I know we're going to eat it. So even if we have stuff in the pantry or have enough in the pantry, I just stock up anyway because it's better to get it on the extra discount on those days. So yeah, we don't have as much like actual food, more snacks and double quantities of stuff that I would normally buy anyway. So that's the shop. All right, I'll show you. All right, we've got to get through this because the vacuum's it was just doing in this room. So it's gone off to do our bedroom, I think. So this is a Coles shop. The rice, Japan rice, was half price, so I've just got one. We do still have 5 kilos in our pantry, but I might as well get it when it's half price. I've got 3 of the gluten-free self-raising flours. I use this to make the kids pancakes, so they've been on a pancake run lately. Some beef for husband. These, I bought 6 boxes last week, so we should have enough, but the special is still on, so I'm getting them while they're on special because I don't like paying $16 for 4 when at the moment they're $10.50, so I just keep the pantry stocked. We've got 2 loaves of white bread, some hot cross buns. I did actually order fruitless as well, but I have to check with them because they're missing. Some gluten-free hot cross buns for Chook. Our son wanted to try them, so he's never had them before. I didn't realise. So I'll have to go back to Coles and get the fruit-free ones as well. 10 yogurts, the Parmesan cheese. He's been eating heaps of this, so I've just got 5. They're only $2 a packet, and I figured I'd just stock up whilst I get the 10% off. Some grated Parmesan, cotton buds. I need a new toothbrush. All the kids have electric toothbrushes, but I don't like using an electric toothbrush, so that's my toothbrushes for the year. We've got 2 packets of the Nice biscuits. These chocolate puddings are half price, and our son tends to have one every 2 or 3 days, so I've just got 5 packets, so he will be stocked for the foreseeable future. 2 of the cordials. We've still got these, the 2 that I bought last week, but they're half price again. So M&Ms for my husband, chocolate cake. Nuggy likes those, our son. I've got 3 of the sandwich slices of cheese, some ham, 2 of the gluten-free cookies and cream. I still have the 2 packets that I bought last week, but they're on special now, so I got them. I've got 2 loaves of gluten-free bread. 1 was supplied as whole grain. She's not going to eat that, so I'll take that back when I check with the hot cross buns. 2 packets of Savoys, 2 packets of chips, and a milk. So that's it. That's the shop. That was about $200, just over $200. And that's that.